What's up, guys? You are welcome to Dynamicom TV, where we publish news on politics, entertainment, celebrities, and metro stories. We have another trading news for you today, and the headline here is: Washington Post called for President Buhari over detention against Omoyele Sowore. Alright, guys, please, before I go ahead to read today's news to you, if this is your first time you are watching on our channel, please, there is a red subscribe button below this video. Just go ahead, hit that red subscribe button and then click on the bell icon beside it, so as to be the first to be notified whenever we publish news in the future on this channel without you missing any news again. Now the news in details. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has come under severe criticism from international media organization, the Washington Post. The Washington Post has condemned Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari over the continued detention of Sahara Reporters Omoyele Sowore. With the arrest of a prominent journalist, Nigerian's President Buhari is up to his old tracks. Political strongmen would have you believe that they are tough as nails, but they always turn out to have very thin skin. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari likes to call himself a converted Democrat. At least, that is what he said during his 2015 presidential run, when he was attempting to rebrand himself as a reformer after a long career built on repression. Yet, dictatorial habits have proved hard to give up. When Buhari ran for president in 2015, it was with the promise of a Nigeria free from the political repression and silencing of dissent that were hallmarks of his tenure as head of state from 1983 to 1985. Since his re-election earlier this year, matters have only gotten worse for journalists in Nigeria. Perhaps the most atrocious case involves Omoyele Sowore, a prominent journalist and a political activist who remains in prison in Abuja, the Nigerian's capital. Even after a judge last week ordered that he be released on bail, he is being cited, among other things, for cyber-talking the president, a bizarre accusation. Unless you consider reporting and political commentary a form of predatory behavior, it will seem that Buhari does. Across the board, journalists were worried about an escalation of anti-press patterns in a possible second Buhari term, says Jonathan Rosier, a senior African researcher at the Committee to Protect Journalists. Unfortunately, they have been proven right. In a November 7th statement, Femi Falana, Sowore's lawyer, had said, although bail's conditions were stringent, his client had met them all, but in utter contempt of the orders of Justice Ojukwu, the State Security Services has refused to release Sowore. Sowore, the founder of the New York-based website Sahara Reporters, is being charged with 7 felony counts, including treason and the cyber-talking of Buhari. Whatever that means, in Nigeria, we see repeated attack against journalists and the use of alleged cybercrimes to silence them, Rosin told me. Sowore created Sahara Reporters, which is devoted to political coverage of Nigeria in 2006. His aim was to bring greater transparencies to Nigerian politics. The website is created with breaking many stories of financial corruption by the state, which is what landed Sowore behind bars this time around. In a media landscape known for being vibrant, if heavily influenced by political elites, Sahara Reporters has become one of the key source for news that exposes official wrongdoings in Nigeria. Sowore came to the United States in the late 1990s. Before leaving Nigeria, he had been detained on 8 separate occasions for his political activities. After arriving here, he completed a graduate program at Columbia University. It is not so much a problem of freedom of speech, Sowore told the New York Times in 2011, but freedom after speech. You can say a lot of things in Nigeria, but the question is, will you still be a free person? Will you still be alive after you freely express yourself? This year, he returned to run against President Buhari in the election. He did not win and instead ended up in prison for being a vocal critic of the state and its policies. My husband is not the only journalist in this situation. It's always the same thing. They have taken orders for speaking out against corruption. Omoyele Sowore has said, the jailed journalist's wife told me, it is a disturbing trend when journalists and others who are trying to make the country better are silenced through detention. The judge in this case this month set bail at more than $550,000 with additional conditions, barring Omoyele Sowore from speaking to the press, participating in rallies at other political events, and barring him from leaving the capital city of Nigeria, Abuja. Sowore was originally set to be released last Wednesday, but his website reported that agents of Nigerian secret police blocked court bail lift from following through on the judge's orders. His wife and their 2 children, a 12-year-old daughter and 10-year-old son, who lived in the United States, New York area and are all US-born citizens, have not heard from the journalist since August, when Omoyele Sowore did a radio interview here in the United States. All indications are that Sowore has been held in solitary confinement during the entire period of his detention, which has now passed the 3-month mark. Since the State Security Services is not above the law of the land, we shall embark on appropriate legal measures to ensure compliances with the court orders, Falana said. Nigerian authorities should immediately release Sowore. Alright guys, this is a case between Sowore and the federal government, since this news of holding Sowore has gone viral all over the media and in Nigeria. And now the Washington Post is now over the issue, trying to accuse and the way of our Nigerian SSS, the way they handle the issues of journalists in Nigeria. Many are speaking in a hard tune and in negative voice concerning the detention of Sowore and also concerning the activities Sowore acted during other presidential actions in terms of Goodluck Jonathan time of president, what Sowore did and what he is doing now, and what he did to make sure President Muhammadu Buhari is in office in 2015. If we watch back, we will need to read some of the comment concerning this statement of the Washington Post accusing and against the detention of Sowore still being in the hands of the DSS in Nigeria. Alright guys, it is in everyone's opinion to earlier your view on this point. We recommend you to state your comments over this point. Now we have to read some of the comments coming in between this Washington Post. Now this is coming from Hallard Mod. He said, Sowore should know by now that the lifeless president is not as timid as Goodluck Jonathan, whom Sowore even abused his mother and goes scot-free. This is what Sowore said. This is what Sowore sold when he maliciously wrote lies against Jonathan in order for the lifeless president to ruin Nigeria. Sowore is reaping from what he sowed. Anyone that has hand in bringing this terrible evil to power must all pay dearly for crime against Nigeria. Sowore, the activist, the journalist, who practically, with the use of his Sahara Reporters, bring President Muhammadu Buhari to power, now is crying. And this man said, this is just the beginning. Let him stay there and test the anger and foolishness of the devil coming from President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, this is another comment from the Dark Knight Heroes. The Dark Knight Heroes wrote, he said, evil will never prevail. The more they try to fight this man, the popular and stronger he will become, especially during the next election. Their aim is to silence him. Did you notice that other young presidential candidates that contested in the last election are nowhere to be found in the country? They are on the run because the evil has proven that he is evil and has bear fruit. Alright, this is another one coming from Imo Isaac. Imo Isaac said, Sowore should stop lamenting when he stood against Jonathan, when he stood against Goodluck Jonathan, the best democratical president in Nigeria. They all gang together, the Yorubas and all his cohorts, to bring down the president of Nigeria, the past president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Jonathan, who was the cool and gentle democratical president Nigeria has ever produced. He is reaping what he has sowed. He was at the forefront of Buhari's campaign in 2015. Why is he crying today? It is the same Buhari he brought to power is treating him the way he likes. The best thing for him to do is to retract all the lies he wrote against Jonathan and pray for God's forgiveness. That is a statement coming from Imo Isaac. This one is coming from Abdullahi Muhammad. He said, Sowore, until you repent of what you did against Goodluck and confess it, bad luck or bad luck awaits you. You rejected Goodluck government, which is the best democratic government in Nigeria, and you have the direct opposite. I won't cry for you because I am a Yoruba man and I'm your brother. I won't cry for you even if you die there in the detention, because you people and Tinubu hold hands together to bring down Goodluck Jonathan, the best president in Nigeria. You people call hands together. I know what I'm saying. Many people may not know. I am a Yoruba man. However, I do not pray nor wish that you die in detention, but live to learn the lesson of your life. For bringing a good man down and putting an evil man in power, this is what you see. Next time, if you see Goodluck, even if not Elebem Jonathan, you will grab it in a haste. Do you know the meaning of Elebem? Ask the Igbo people. They will explain to you the meaning of Elebem. I have a lot of Igbo friends whom they have explained to me, which they said, Elebem Chukwu and good luck are what you need now. I wish you good luck. Go back to your table and think about reconciliating and contracting Goodluck Jonathan. What you did to him is what is forcing you down today. Now guys, you see many are commenting good and negative ones. We brought to you another comment coming from Uh, this is from Ablahe Juliet. She said, Sowore, you haven't seen nothing. The monster you brought to power in 2015 through your online media outfit, Sahara Reporters, will haunt you for a very long time. This nation will not forgive you for bringing this zero-head monster in power to pull us down and to pull us backward many years. All your lies against Jonathan will haunt you for a very long time, because we know that Buhari is not the alternative in Nigeria, but you use your Sahara Reporters to lift this evil man to power, and now he is giving it back to you. So you wait there and let it end with you and Buhari. Thank you. That was his comment. Now I think this is the last comment we will take, because there is a lot of comment here, brutal ones for that. But because of time, we will just read one or two of the comments and close for the day. Now, this is coming from David Mark Sambo. David Mark Sambo said, I discussed that that man Tinubu irritated me a lot, because this kind of people that will not know peace in their lives, for putting this country in this mess, for making Buhari to be president of this Nigeria. The same Tinubu and Sowore was the one that campaigned for Buhari. Now they are on the run. The next one, the thunder that will fire another person, is Tinubu time coming. Okay. All right, guys. This is another one we have to read last. The one coming from Ndubisi is Isaiah. Ndubisi Isaiah said, Sowore is astonishing for his sin. Let him stay there and stage a protest when he did it for good luck, and forget that those cabals and criminals will visit him. He never believed that the cold heart of his cabals will come against him when he started speaking ill of the government after he has elected the government in power. I believe by now he will have learned a lot of lessons of himself, and also learn to respect those in authority. Even Bible said that when you construct evil against one, you should at least wait for that evil to visit you. Okay, this is also coming from Uchechukwu Madoka. He said, Sowore, you call Jonathan drunkard. You call Jonathan drunk, and you use your Sahara Reporter to make Buhari president. Even US, UK, France, Europe can't save you until 2023. Good luck for you in the detention. All right, guys, this is comment coming from a lot of Nigerians. A lot of people are angry. Those are in negative and the positive way of why the Nigerian government will still hold Sowore in detention after a judge has given bail condition, and the bail condition was met, and a bail lift was lifted. Still, at the moment, as we speak to you now, Sowore is still in the DSS detention. All right, guys, it is in your position to make your comment and drop your comment as soon as you read this, and let us know what you think. Do not forget to drop your comments. It is very important. It is very, very important we hear from what you think. Meanwhile, also hit on the red subscribe button below this video, and then click on the bell icon beside it, so as to be the first to be notified whenever we publish news on this channel, Dynamicom TV. And you are welcome. Thank you.